Hello students, now I am going to start question number 1 of exercise 5.2. Now question number 1 says, what fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand of a clock turn through when it goes from 3 to 9? Now clockwise revolution means, suppose this is our clocks. 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11. So we all know that there are 3 hands of a clock, right? One is hour hand, one is second hand and another is minute hand. So here, what fraction of a clockwise revolution? Clockwise means it is rotating like this, okay? Like the hands of a clock rotate in a clock, okay? So what fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand? Hour hand means the shorter hand, okay, of a clock turn through when it goes from 3 to 9. So the hour hand is at 3. Now 3 to 9 means it is from it is at 3, then it is rotating like this and it reaches at 9. That means what angle it makes? Since it is a straight angle, so it makes 180 degree, right? Now we need to find what fraction of a revolution it is. If it makes 180 degree, that means what fraction of a revolution? Now what do we mean by fraction? Fraction means a part of a whole. Now here whole is 360 degree, because we know that complete revolution is 360 degree. Now how to write as fraction? We always write total in the denominator. Now we all know that complete revolution is 360 degree, okay, and the hands of a clock make from, if it moves from 3 to 9, then it makes 180 degree. So what part of the revolution it is? It is 180 degree divided by 360 degree. 360 degree is the complete revolution and 180 degree is a part of 360 degree, right? So 0, 0, if you cancel, then 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36. We have divided 18. Okay, we have divided 18 by 18 and 36 also by 18. We always divided while dividing, we always take the same number to divide the numerator and denominator, okay? So it is half of a revolution, okay? Now coming to next part. Now in the next part we have 4 to 7. Hands of a clock moves from 4 to 7. So again we'll draw the clock. 12, opposite of 12 is 6. Then 3, opposite of 3 is 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11. Sorry, 10, 11. Okay. Now hands of a clock is at 4. And from 4 it rotates and it reaches at 7. Now we need to find the part of revolution. Now what degree it makes? First we need to find the degree. Now since complete revolution is 360 degree, okay, complete 360 degree is the complete revolution, and how many gaps are there? 1, 12 to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total we have 12 gaps. So if you divide by 12, then 12 3s are 36 and 0, 1, 0. So it's 30 degree. That means from 12 to 1 it makes 30 degree. 1 to 2, 30 degree. 2 to 3, 30 degree. That means in each gap it makes 30 degree. So from 4 to 7, how many gaps are there? 1, that means 30 degree. Here also 30 degree, here also 30 degree. That means after every 3 gaps, we have 90 degree. So it makes 90 degree. Now we will have to find the part of revolution. Now since it makes 90 degree and the complete revolution is 360 degree, so it is 90 degree upon 360 degree. So 0, 0 if you cancel, 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are 36. So it is 1/4 of a revolution. Okay, so that means if it makes 90 degree, then it is 1/4 of a revolution, and if it makes 180 degree, that means it is half of a revolution. Okay, now coming to next part. Now in the next part we have 7 to 10. So again we will draw the clock. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. Now hands it at 7 and reaches up to 10. So we'll just count the number of gaps. In the previous cases what we have observed that after 3 gaps we have got 90 degrees. So here also we'll count the number of gaps from 7 to 10. So 7 to 8, 1 gap, 8 to 9, 1 gap, 9 to 10, 1 gap. So here we have got 3 gaps. So 3 gaps means 90 degree it makes out of 360 degree, because 360 degree is the complete revolution. So 0, 0, if you cancel, 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are 36. So it is 1/4 of a revolution. Okay. Now in the D part we have 12 to 9. Hands of a clock rotate from 12 to 9. So what part of the revolution it is? So again we will draw the clock. So it's 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. Okay. So hands it at 12 and it moves like this and reaches at 9. That means which angle it is? See, 12 to 6, it's a straight angle. So it makes 180 degree, but it is going beyond 180 degree, right? That means since it is more than 180 degree, that means it is reflex angle. This angle is a reflex angle. Now we need to find that what degree it makes if the hands of a clock moves from 12 to 9. Now 9 to 12 is 90 degree. Why? Because 1, 2, 3 gaps are there. So it makes 90 degree. If it moves from 9 to 12, then it makes 90 degree. And complete revolution is 360 degree. So from 360 degree, if you subtract 90 degree, then we'll be getting the reflex angle. Okay. So complete revolution is 360 degree and 9 to 12 is 90 degree. So if you subtract 90 degree from 360 degree, then we will get the reflex angle. That means the hands of a clock, if the hands of a clock rotates from 12 to 9, then what the degree it makes? 0 minus 0, 0. 16 minus 9 is 7. So 3 will be 2. So it's 270 degree. So 12 to 9 means it makes 270 degree, which is a reflex angle. Now we need to find the fraction of clockwise revolution it is. So we know that complete revolution is 360 degree. And if the hands of a clock make 270 degree, then what part it is? What part of the revolution it is? Okay. If you cancel zeros at first, 9 3s are 27, cutting by the same number. Okay. 27 and 36 I am dividing by 9. So 9 3s are 27, 9 4s are 36. So it is 3/4 of a revolution. Now coming to the next part. Now in the next part we have 1 to 10. Okay, so again we will draw the clock. 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. So hands of a clock is at 1 and it reaches 10. Like this it rotates. Okay, that means this is again it is a reflex angle. Why? Because see, 1, 2, 3. After 3 gaps it makes 90 degree. So from 1 to 4 is 90 degree. Again 1, 2, 3. So 4 to 7 is another 90 degree. That means from 1 to 7 it makes 180 degree straight angle. Okay. Then 7 to 10, 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 90s we have got. That means it is more than 180 degrees. So this angle is, since it is more than 180 degrees, so it's a reflex angle. So we need to find the reflex angle. That means what degree it makes if the hands of a clock rotate from 1 to 10. So for this, we will subtract from 360 degree because 360 degree is the complete revolution. And from there, see, from 10 to 1, 1, 2, 3, it makes 90 degree, right? So if you subtract 90 degree from 360 degree, then we will get the reflex angle. Okay. So 0 minus 0, 0, 16 minus 9 is 7. So 3 will be 2. So again, from 1 to 10, it makes 270 degree. Now what part of the revolution it is? Complete revolution is 360 degree and 270 degree is the part of 360 degree. So 0, 0 if you cancel, 9 3s are 27, 9 4s are 36. So if the hands of a clock moves from 1 to 10, then it makes 3/4 of a revolution. Okay. Now coming to the last part. Now in the last part we have 6 to 3. So 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. Now hands it at 6. Okay. And like this it rotates and reaches up to 3. So again it makes reflex angle. How it makes reflex angle? Let me show you. See, 1, 2, 3. That means 6 to 9 is 90 degree. And 1, 2, 3. So 6 to 12 is a straight angle. So straight angle means 180 degree, but it is going beyond 180 degree. So it's a reflex angle. So we need to find the reflex angle. So how will you find the reflex angle? 3 to 6 makes 90 degree. So we will subtract the 90 degree from 360 degree because complete angle is 360 degree. From there, if you subtract this, then we will get the remaining, that means the reflex angle. Okay. So 0 minus 0, 0, 16 minus 9 is 7, 3 will be 2. So it makes 270 degree. Now 270, if the hands of a clock rotate from 6 to 3, then it makes 270 degree. Now what part of the revolution it is? Complete revolution is 360 degree, and so 270 degree upon 360 degree. So 0, 0 if you cancel, 9 3s are 27, 9 4s are 36. So in the numerator we have 3 and in the denominator we have 4. So if the hands of a clock moves from 6 to 3, it makes 3/4 of a revolution. Okay. So this was all about question number 1. Thank you, students.